The day started off fairly normal. Well, relatively normal. Okay, as close to normal as I ever see these days. It seemed almost as if I might be able to relax a little, stop clenching. The tension from the whole abyssal ordeal was starting to ease up. The factions were going back to their usual bickering, and even the normies quit blaming the full moon. I should have seen that other shoe drop.
Point of order. The moon wasn't even full. Just thought I'd point that out.
How did you get in here? I locked the door.
Your door has a big hole in it, right above the knob.
You mean the keyhole?
Just thought I'd point out the thing about the moon.
Anyway, Threadripper wanted paninis at the Green Spot for lunch and insisted I go with, just to prove how evil they are. While we were eating, she gave me a bit of news I never thought I would hear.
Oh, boss! The craziest thing happened while you were out this morning.
Considering what all's been going on lately, I doubt that.
Okay, maybe not the craziest, but pretty high on the scale. Apparently, the boss, Pixie, decided to show up at Madeline's office and...
Pixies have a boss?
I can't believe they finally decided to make an appearance. No one has ever seen them before.
Hold up, I'm still trying to get past Pixies have a boss. Seriously, Pixies have a boss? And you're saying you've never seen them? Definitely going up on the crazy scale.
It seems you're already getting the rundown on my case.
Go for the love of Kraken! You near gave me a heart attack!
Oh, drat. Better luck next time.
Oh, you brought Ugly. Good to see you, mate. Change your mind about giving me your hat, did you?
My hat.
Yes. We know you're not giving up your hat. Valentine, if you would kindly refrain from antagonizing my bodyguard, it would be much appreciated. This is a rather urgent matter.
Sounds rush fee inducing. What do you got for me?
Rush fee, indeed. This Boss Pixie situation. I'm sure your assistant was just informing you about it.
Were you listening in? Creepy much?
No need. The look on Valentine's face was enough.
Did his ears wiggle?
Ah, yes. The ears. It's hard to look away.
Boy! They're perfectly normal. Not you two. Too, Madeline.
I have reason to believe this Boss Pixie individual is an imposter.
Say what now?
Jinx!
Yeah, I'll buy you the soda later. But really, what do you mean, an imposter?
This boss has been hiding for centuries. It seems suspicious that they'd finally appear now, of all times.
Wait, so you've never seen them before?
I told you, boss, no one has. They send out their stuff through a unique frequency and always under several layers of magical voice changers and origin encryptors. Even Zero Day hasn't managed to hack through them, and he can get through anything. Plus, he's only been the Hound for, ever. And I'm pretty sure he's never seen the boss either.
And now they've turned up at my office, demanding the Janus coin.
Demanding? The coin doesn't work like that.
I know that. You know that. All the faction leaders know that. But the Pixies for Puck organization...
Cult. Oh, excuse me.
I was trying to be delicate, but yes, them. They've fully bought into it.
The boss Pixie, who's so great and super chill, has been saying they don't want the coin and that the other factions need it just to get on our level of cool. Could you imagine what the P4P would do if the Pixies had it?
I'd have a lot more work than my rum supply could keep up with, and I doubt my clients would be the cash paying type. It'd be all favor this and favor that.
Aside from that, with how they'll turn the city upside down trying to draw out their hero, the very purpose of the Accords would be hanging by a thread. Don't even think of making the obvious joke.
Oh.
What joke?
The grown-ups are talking, Valentine.
Grown-ups.
Next time, mate. Alright, so, big job dealing with imposters and saving the Accords, eh? Rush fee on top of that, plus potential expenses. I'm thinking 10 grand ought to do it.
How charmingly mercenary, Valentine. 5. An ugly won't rearrange your spine. I'm still cleaning up after your last mess.
Pretzel spines are fun.
Actually, Mads, that sounds incredibly fair. You're on.
I thought you would agree. Come along.
Bye-bye, Valentine. Pretzel spines.
Yeah. Alright, so, I guess starting point. I gotta see what scraps of magic are floating around Mads' office. Thread, you see if you can find out more about this faker and... Hold up, someone just texted me.
Seriously? No one texts you. Who is it?
Hey, people text me. And... creatures.
0 Day sending cat memes at midnight does not count.
Oi! Dan. Huh. Needs me to come to the shop. Alone, apparently. I better see what this is. I'll meet you back up at the office when I can, and we'll get started.
Tell her I said hi.
Oh wait, the Accords! Hanging by a thread! I get it now! Madeline, hold up! I don't have to walk very long. Weird how the neon crossing pops up for me as fast as it does. The bright sign in the window says closed. She never closes shop during the day. All the alarms start going off in my head. I bust through the doors, worried that something happened, and nearly run right into her. Whoa!
Thanks for hurrying. I have a job for you, and it's a bit of a doozy.
Ashen hells! Your blood pumper can only take so much. Straight to the point then, eh? I had pleasantries from Threadripper and some new pickup lines to try. Gotta make sure they're quality before I give them a real run. Oh well, so you need me to do something for you?
Yes, but the task isn't exactly for me.
Oh, I love it when you get all mysterious.
Very funny. Let's not keep your client waiting.
She leads me back to her office and opens the door. I follow her inside and do a double take. Sulking and spinning around in her office chair is the Trog Supreme, mini-fridge thief, and perpetual green-haired pain in my arse.
And proud of it.
Would you get out of here already? Go, I don't know, tell Ripper about your burrito warmer or something.
Hey, that's actually not a horrible idea. Good job, Wobbles.
You don't need to use that keyhole again. Grr. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, I look around to see if there's anyone else in the room, but no, it's only him. 0 Day? The job is yours?
Yeah, lap it up.
If this is a joke, I'm gonna need a pretty stiff drink to appreciate it.
You know, I really wish it was.
Fingal,
No.
this is very serious. And 0 Day, this is no time to antagonize the person in the best position to help.
Fine.
As your fee, he's agreed to eliminate the tally of favors you owe and not add to it for a month. And since I recognize the importance of the situation, I'll reduce what you owe me by 50%, if only to encourage you to play nice and see it through.
That's really something. There a catch on that?
No catch, no tricks, no loopholes. Just, do we have a deal already?
Not even loopholes. This must really be something else. Alright, you have yourself a deal. So, what are we looking at?
I'm sure you've heard about the boss Pixie showing up by now.
Yeah, Ripper was just telling me about them.
Of course, can't even. Okay, 1. Tech pixies aren't supposed to talk about the boss with non-pixies. 2. That's a phony.
0 Day being concerned about a rule. That's a new one. I already heard something about them being a faker though, but how would you know about that if you ain't seen them before either?
Fingal, if you want the truth of it, you can't tell anyone. Not even Threadripper.
Especially not Threadripper.
What do you mean? She's my best mate.
Seriously, Valentine?
Right, fine, okay, I won't tell her. But I'm gonna need details when this is all done.
No promises.
I am not above blackmail, friend.
Gasp! Did you just... And did he just... blackmail? You have no idea how it warms my shriveled heart to hear you play my games. Okay. Best I can do, soon as all this is over, we'll make a deal for the information. Flat deal.
Fair enough.
Okay. Quick answer how I know they're a fake. I know the boss Pixie's MO, and that ain't it. The boss never wanted to be top dog, but there really wasn't any choice. So someone coming out and wanting that for the Pixies?
Yeah, that would raise a red flag or two.
Exactly.
Now that you've got your information, you better hurry. The longer the tech pixies believe this is the boss, the more solid their grasp will be on the faction.
Too right. Okay, Zero. First stop, the office. If we're gonna get this done, we're gonna need to get your girlfriend.
Shut up.
Remember to play nice, kids!
Ripper! Where you at? Ripper!
What? I was just checking reports about the boss-done strangler. Is he back in action? With all the strangling and stuff, it's so intriguing. Hi, Zero. Funny seeing you here.
There'll be enough time for your spat later. We've got a job to do. Yes, 0 Day knows you told me. No, that doesn't matter right now. Now, I've mentioned before that pixies are notoriously hard to read, but the guilt on Threadripper's face as she looks at her friend, it's clear as day and downright painful to see. It gets me wondering just how important that rule is. But we have a case to put our minds to, and whatever mutant hamster Zero has in place of one.
Okay, but why?
Not important. Got a job over at Anne's. She already had 0 Day there.
Seems Boss Pixie contacted her for the sake of anonymity.
Really? That's not what... You know what? Never mind. Ripper, you said you were already gathering info?
Yeah. Okay, so I was looking them up and, well, hindsight, yeah, it's fishy. But they call themselves WYSIWYG. They claim to be holed up in Vancouver, but they're not even in the registry for that chapter.
Zero, stop making that face. Any pictures? Any plans?
Actually, yeah. I was able to dig up a selfie while they were in the background. Kind of hard to make them out, but it's got the telltale blur of a glamour. They said they'd be going back to Madeleine's office tonight to repeat their demands. I saved the recording.
Great. Grab any gear you might need. You two dig into those files while I drive, see what you can get. Maybe hack into the security cameras, see if you can get a better shot.
Wiggly, you might want to get someone with a good nose just in case they decide to head to ground. Preferably someone with a more reliable car.
Oi! Galahad is 100% reliable 60% of the time. I suppose you're going to suggest some muscle too? No.
Oh, hey! Why didn't I think of that? Just call Flack already, he owes me.
I don't know if you remember, but Flack ain't exactly my best friend at the moment. I'll see if Nix has anyone he can send over.
Freaking... Fine.
I get Nix on the phone and... Okay, by the irritated tone in his voice, I can tell this whole mess has affected Sanctuary too. Friendly Pixie's all in a tizzy, I'm guessing. Best he can do is send a secretary my way. A short time later, I'm meeting a fox shifter in bright-coloured baggy clothes, pulling up in an SUV. They introduce themselves as Chip, and they don't look particularly pleased about the situation.
Nix wants you to know that Sanctuary isn't a shifter for hire service. I can't drop my paperwork every time you need a key nose and a ride.
Right. Sorry about that. I'll try to schedule my emergency cases in advance. Be honest though, you're glad to be away from your desk.
I happen to like my desk work, thanks.
See, Val? Not everyone has a problem with it.
I fill them in on the situation. 0 Day slams his head on something when I tell Chip about the existence of a boss Pixie. Threadripper doesn't sound too terribly concerned when she starts to fuss. I'll have to tease Zero about that later. Anyway, the shifter is surprised to learn about the boss and pretty concerned about them being a fake. And if things are already messy, they are about to get even messier.
That liar! That dirty, rotten, malware-bitten, carp-licking, slug-eared, error-code-bleeding, fuel-corded, floppy drive-wielding, deep-head biter of a loathsome, click-baiting, brazen, false-face, bloatware-living, gag-kissing, skunk-pot, deal-breaking son of a Mac!
You pulled me away from my desk for this?
Well, they just put out an announcement. They're claiming they once went by Robin Goodfellow.
Isn't that supposed to be...
Yeah, the Pixies for Puck are eating it up already, and that was only a few seconds ago.
Ash and hells. Are we actually going to have a cult on our hands? I mean, I know we said that earlier, but weren't you joking?
Is he okay?
He's not a fan.
I can see that.
There is no Robin Goodfellow!
Yes, there is.
Is not!
Is too!
Is not!
Kids, please, I'd rather not get kicked out of this nice shifter's car.
It's very tempting to not even stop for it.
Anyway, we got a better image and, well...
Whoever this is, the glamour's not tech Pixie. I don't think this phony is even fake.
Whatever they are, they're a shapeshifter of some kind. Tech Pixies have a bit of shapeshifting, but nothing like this.
Used to. Probably. I'd say our most likely bet is a hobgoblin. They want to be counted with the Bay factions, even though they're technically goblins, the bottom of the social ladder. But they don't want to follow the big rules or use the obvious loopholes. This is the sort of malware they'd pull.
Of course there would be loopholes.
Say what you will, but it's genius.
It's confusing.
It's Pixie.
So we're searching for a bugger that could look like anyone right now.
Anything. Small human, chair, dog, briefcase.
I don't think I like where this is going.
You and me both.
Ugh. Okay. So this is why you needed my nose.
And sparkling personality. Okay, and your car.
Galahad would have gotten us here just fine.
Right. Now, if he's right, they're supposed to smell a lot like regular goblin, mixed with wet dog.
And air fresheners to cover it up.
0 Day.
Look, I'll owe you a favor, okay?
Ripper, check him for a fever.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Alright then. One favor of my choosing.
Probably deserve that. Fine, okay, it's a deal. Let's just go already.
Once Thread and Zero put up their glamours, we pile out of the car. I see other pixies starting to trickle onto the grounds of City Hall as we walk up, their human illusions milling about like they're on a field trip. They're practically buzzing with excitement though. I look around, wondering if any of the normies can feel it. Or hear it for that matter. I'm pretty sure a few of them were starting to buzz for real. As we walk past the other pixies, a few shoot 0 Day grins that rival his own smugness on his worst days. The prat isn't smiling at all though, and he's hardly paying attention to them. We walk in the front doors. Honestly, I'm a little surprised no one stops us, and step into the most boring reception area known to man. Like the builder and the interior designer saw no salvation for it, so they just put in some plants to distract everyone from the walls. My companions have all got their game faces on as they look around. 0 Day nudges Chip, being about as subtle as a hammer, and Chip nods. They sniff the air, with only a slight inclination of their head to give them away. I know they smell something by the way they frown.
I thought you might be making a bad joke by your description, but it's not far off. There's at least 3 that I can pick out. Maybe more. But the air freshener is really bad. It's hard to smell much of anything under it.
That sounds nauseating.
Very.
They don't say another word as they make their way across the floor. We trail fairly close behind them. I glance behind me to make sure Threadripper and Zero Day are still following, just in time to see Zero cram some horrible glasses on his face. Threadripper's already wearing a different pair and looking around. I'm not sure I want to know where they even came from. Okay, I give up. What are those?
Haven't named them just yet. I'm thinking sight boosters. Maybe true shape goggles. Or revealinators.
Those are...
Horrible names, I know. I've been telling him.
Hey!
She's got a point, but if this case is as urgent as I hear... I give Zero Day a pointed look and he scowls back at me. Eventually he huffs and looks away to fiddle with the device in his hand.
It boosts Pixie magic sight. If we were looking for a glamour, that would be pretty easy to see. But we're looking for a shapeshifter.
This isn't like shift or void magic either. There's no second body waiting just behind reality, no artifacting of past events, none of that. If it were, we would just do a normal boost.
And then you could boost what I see too. I get it.
Okay, here, Thread. Should work, just... Ow! 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 Ow!
Zero, are you... You were already boosting your sight, weren't you? Get your head in the game. Why are you so distracted?
Pretty Pixie by my side?
Aw, I don't buy it, but aw.
Not the time for flirting, you two. Thread, since this git has gone and blinded himself, can you tell me what you see?
Okay, I've got a couple of cursed pens. An enchanted... Is that a PDA? Gross, that's so outdated. Goblin glamours. There, potted plant at 3 o'clock. The other 2 are probably hiding behind desks or something.
Valentine, you get the plant. I'll... try to sniff out the other 2. This is gonna give me such a headache.
While Threadripper takes Zero to a corner to clear his eyes, I make my way to the potted plant. A quick stoop and grab as I walk by, and no one's the wiser. Well, except a ficus that's desperately trying not to pee its planter. I check a couple of doors, and soon I find a nice, unoccupied janitor's closet that's actually a janitor's closet. I drag the thing in and close the door behind me. You had me pretty convinced until I caught that odor pine tree coming off you. Come on, mate. Time to show yourself.
It's not pine tree. It's vanilla sunset. I mean, I'm just a potted plant.
Potted plants don't talk.
Yes, they do. I mean, me. Dang it.
My friends, I hope you never have to see what I witness next. The plant turns into the ugliest thing I have ever seen. The creature is the same size as a pixie, but without the wings, and covered with scraggly, patchy hair. Their face is squished into something that only barely passes for one, and frozen in a permanent expression of confusion and disgust. Kinda like a pug. Everything about them seems like a horrible, exaggerated caricature. In an art by an awful human being sort of way, not a funny drawn while you wait at a carnival kind of way. Alright, I've got questions. You've got answers. Frankly, I'm in a bit of a time crunch, so let's skip the dog and pony show and get to the meat of it, yeah? Where's the fake boss pixie?
Fake who now?
I'm not kidding. I've got a couple of angry pixies just back near the entrance who have sussed them out. I can either let the walking natural disaster have a go at you, or we can skip the game so I can get him out of my hair.
Okay, I give. Queen Madeline would have my head if she had to deny any claim for City Hall damages. He's going by Wiz.
Yeah, whizzywig, whirligig. I just said I got pixies with me, didn't I?
Okay, He's trying to get us into the Pixie faction.
Yeah, I know that part too. Give me something new already.
He doesn't just want to be a part of it. He wants to take it over.
Why? He couldn't control them. You ought to know that.
He doesn't have to. He's got help that's promised to bring them in line if he can get their loyalty.
And what's the royal madness think about this?
She doesn't know.
Well, that smells like a load of manure straight from the bull.
That's the truth. This help is keeping things hush-hush.
From Mads. Queen of know everything all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
And what is it that this helper thinks they're getting in return? I know most of you supernatural types don't make a move unless there's something in it for yourselves.
All they want is a particular magic. I don't got the details on that part. But once the Pixies promise their loyalty to Robin Goodfellow, it's a done deal.
Okay. And what makes them think they'll get anything by having the Pixies swear loyalty to only the most famous Pixie to ever exist? Smells like an all-around bad choice.
They're not. Robin Goodfellow ain't any kind of Pixie. It's ancient slang term for us. For hobgoblins. I don't know why, but the Pixies don't even realize it. I guess they're really bought into that Shakespeare stuff hardcore.
Ash and hells. You, Squishy, don't you move a muscle. Don't so much as transform a toenail. Yeah?
Valentine Investigations. Refer a friend and get 10% off your next investigation on a sordid affair. Use the code SORDID10 when you sign up. That's SORDID number 10 when you sign up.
What are we now, a podcast? And still with the slogan, seriously, did you not look at your caller ID?
Zero! You changed his caller ID again? Sorry. You came up with... what's going on?
What? What did he... You know what? Never mind. I'll get him to tell me later. As much as I hate to say it, Zero was right. Robin Goodfellow's an outdated nick for hobgoblins. What's worse, they're backed by another player. One with enough mojo to keep Her Highness in the dark.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's what this bugger here said. Get Chip and meet me at Mads' office.
Sure thing, boss. Zero, what are you flipping out about now?
Alright. Time to turn yourself back into a tree.
But you said to...
That was a whole 2 minutes ago. It's old news. Tree time. Now. There's something weird about how invested that little trog is in this case. He's acting even stranger than usual, which is saying something. Pieces start clicking together in my mind, and it makes a horrible amount of sense. As I grab the hobgoblin ficus to drag along, I decide it's probably a good time for some old-fashioned denial. At least until I've got proof. Besides, I've got 2 paychecks to earn.
You have been listening to The Graveyard Tapes, Boss Pixie, Part 1. Written by Angela Dumalag. Edited by Aidan Morgan, Dustin Gray, and Nikki Ewart. Audio engineering by Robin of Psychonatia. Produced by Brianna Jean Toiber. With the voices of Chase Hunter as Valentine, Rick the Whitebird as Threadripper, Nikki Ewart as Madeline, Aidan Morgan as Ugly, Fenway Jones as Anne, Angela Dumalag as Zero Day, Nala Wu as Chip, Eden Whitebird as Ficus the Hobgoblin, and Caitlin Sinnott as Riza.